So I feel like I should explain this whole Bally Sports bankruptcy thing, um, because it's a lot more simpler than what the media is saying per se, and it really affects these small market teams like the Guardians, Twins, and Diamondbacks. And I'm focusing on the Guardians on this one because they're the team that would be affected the most. And first off, I feel like I should give a little history first. So a lot of these channels, they started off being owned by these teams themselves, and you still see like the Yankees own their own channel, the Red Sox still own their own channel. But back in like 2006, um, early 2000s, mid 2000s, the Guardians, well, then the Indians made their own channel called Sports Time Ohio. And then around 2012, 2013, they sold it to Fox Sports. That just kept doing the same thing that the Dolans were doing with Sports Time Ohio, kept the same name. And then roughly at around 2019, 2020, um, Fox Sports sold all these channels, all the channels that they owned pretty much, except for their main one, Fox Sports One, to this media group called Diamond Sports. Um, and they changed all these channel names to Bally Sports. Like so, Bally Sports Ohio, Bally Sports Great Lakes. Those are the two channels here in Ohio, and really the business model was just god awful. Everything seemed really sketchy. The way they broadcasted the games were really minimal and very sketchy. Um, and now they're pretty much on the brink of losing teams like the Guardians, Twins, and Diamondbacks. Here I'll explain. So this Diamond Sports Group is about $8.7 billion in debt, and they owe the Cleveland Guardians $55 million by April 13th. They were actually supposed to pay on April 1st, but they just missed any payment at all. They didn't pay anything, and they were given like a 2 week grace period. Um, if Diamond Sports does not pay the money, the $55 million that they owe, MLB will retain the rights to broadcast these games. And really, that would be a great thing for MLB because they've been really wanting to get rid of these blackout restrictions, I should say. Um, see, these blackout restrictions have been rough on MLB. They don't like it. It's just these terrible channels. You can't get these games anywhere else but like Spectrum or their shitty, stupid app. What this would do, MLB would lose some revenue because they would be broadcasting these games for free over the internet, until they find a new TV deal or find something that works. That would be temporary. Um, but they would be good for MLB. They would still make revenue. They would show commercials and ads. Um, the local announcers, so like for Cleveland, like you'd get your Al Pawlowskis and you'd keep everyone. Just um every the same staff would be the same. They have this whole thing figured out. They're really prepared with how they've done this so far. This seems to be like the most likely case scenario, um, because a company that's $8.5 billion in debt filed for bankruptcy. It doesn't look like they're going to cough up $55 million just to pay the Cleveland Guardians or $45 million to the Minnesota Twins. I mean, it just doesn't seem likely. MLB is all prepared to broadcast these games. The Guardians are prepared to broadcast these games. It's not going to be a big deal. It's all very simpler than it's made to seem because all this information isn't in one place. I had to look a whole bunch of places to get this information. A whole bunch of quotes from Dolan, who's handled this really well, and yeah, that's about it.